Well, welcome to KitPlus Daily. We hope you're well, and we've another fun-packed 10 minutes ahead for you.
And 10 minutes never really seems to be enough time. In fact, we often have to edit a version of the show to fit in with some of the platforms we use. So do check our YouTube channel. That's where we always put the full uncut version with outtakes, which there are often quite a few, always uploaded every day.
And we have a physically distanced and socially connected guest waiting in the wings who we will be with just after the news.
And first up in the news, Ikegami have announced that the UHK 430 and HDK 99 cameras have been chosen for the recently completed 4K OB vehicle designed and built by Milan-based broadcast systems integrator VIZRT Video and Audio Engineering. The vehicle was commissioned in time to cover the Qatar National Day Festival, celebrating the country's foundation in 1878.
Marshall's range of PTZ cameras is always expanding, and of course these cameras are an ideal solution for corporate communications during the period of remote working. Announced at ISE 2020 was the CV630 IP PTZ camera, as we previously mentioned on the show, but they've now announced the Marshall CV610 U3 V2 compact PTZ camera with USB 3 and HDMI. It's got an internal microphone, 10 times optical zoom, and 128 preset positions, making it ideal for high-quality IP-controlled remote productions.
VIZRT, the leading provider of software-defined visual storytelling tools, have announced Viz Engine 4.1. It's a major update to this real-time graphics and video compositing platform. Viz Engine 4.1 introduces multiple render blades, including support for game engines, that will allow media producers to choose which blade to use for any given job and mix and match them in the same environment. Alongside the multiple render blades is the updated Fusion Keyer, new I/O engine offering greater I/O freedom, and Viz Artist for designing the motion graphics.
As you may already know, Media Proxy is the global leader for all things compliance, with over 20 years in the business and over 15,000 channels deployed in over 60 countries. They are the trusted partner in the industry for logging, monitoring and analysis of linear broadcast and OTT.
What you may not know, though, is that they also provide advanced OTT monitoring. Keeping up with a growing number of ABR streams can be daunting, which is why having a unified system for monitoring compliance and identifying issues across all traditional and OTT playouts is critical. By being able to run on-premise and in the Media Proxy log server can capture, monitor, compare streams from encoding to CDN.
And if you're looking to replace your Volacon system, team up with the global leader in compliance. For more information, make sure you go and check out their website, probably on the screen below. And now it's time for our special guest. I'd like to welcome James Gilbert from Pixel Power. Hi, James.
Thank you.
We saw in the news that you have coined a great new phrase: physically distancing but socially connected. Can you elaborate on that? Explain what you mean by that?
Sure. We've introduced a program called Showtime as really a replacement for the number of shows which are getting cancelled around the world at the moment. And these are one-on-one meetings with customers, and we're really finding them to be a great opportunity to have better conversations, perhaps better than we would have had at many of the shows. Many of these meetings overrun which doesn't normally happen at an exhibition because people have to run on somewhere else. And many book repeats, and also it allows far more people at a customer site to attend that would normally be allowed to travel to a trade show.
Yeah, so James, you're actually saying that connecting with your customers by staying close to them then enables you to help them work remotely. So how does this actually work in practice?
Well, our solutions are inherently software defined and scalable and can be deployed anywhere. So that applies equally to the operations of our solutions, whether that's master control playout, graphics creation and production, or file-based media creation. And that's proving to be a huge benefit in the current lockdown situation in many places in the world.
So you guys are very well known for your hardware, but you're also very much a software company as well. So how has that helped you?
Well, I think we've always been a software company. The only thing that's changed is that as commercial off-the-shelf hardware has become more capable, it's no longer necessary to develop hardware to deliver real-time graphics and real-time master control switching, playout, and other visual effects. So we can now do that purely in software, whereas in the past we had to mix an element of hardware to achieve the performance required. And the beauty of software defined is its flexibility. So when a new format comes along, a new codec, a new playout requirement, we can address that by implementing software code and a software license, maybe with a fee associated with it, and the customer can easily add that functionality to their existing system without needing any new hardware. And that's a great benefit in terms of future-proofing and investment. The other advantage of software, of course, is that it can be deployed in many different ways. You can deploy it on bare metal servers on premise, you can deploy it in a data center, a private data center, or you can deploy it even in the public cloud. And that's a great interest for disaster recovery applications where the customer doesn't want to invest in the infrastructure unless they're actually using it. And of course, disaster recovery is very much in people's minds in the current times.
That's fantastic. It's you know, it's good to see you doing well, and thank you very much for coming and seeing us and joining in, and we hope to see you in person at one of these trade shows soon.
Yes, yeah, it's a bit of a sweepstake which one it will be, but yeah, looking forward to catching
Absolutely.
up.
Who knows when it will be?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, hopefully you will feel much more socially connected after listening to that. Thank you very much.
Indeed. Thank you, James, for coming in. And if you'd like to come on as a guest, then do get in touch. There's a link on the screen now.
You can catch up with all of our previous dailies on YouTube and, of course, all other events on broadcastnetwork.co.uk. Until next time, goodbye.
Bye.
Goodbye.